All right, let's break down one of the most brilliant strategic bluffs you'll ever come across. And here's the thing, it's not from some ancient history book, it's from the log of a starship. This isn't just a story about facing the unknown, it's a genuine masterclass in how to turn certain defeat into a winning hand.
It all starts with this promise, right? This mission of peaceful exploration. It's a really noble, optimistic goal. But, peace is pretty easy when you're the only one around. The real question is, what happens when you're not?
Because sooner or later, it always does. See, the mission isn't just about discovery. It's about how you react when that discovery stares right back at you, completely silent, and just refuses to move. This is where the real test begins.
So I want you to picture this. The Starship Enterprise is way out there in uncharted territory, farther from home than any human has ever been. They're on a pretty routine star mapping mission when, all of a sudden, something pops up right in front of them. It's a perfect, solid cube, and it's completely silent. Its composition is totally unknown. When the Enterprise tries to go around it, the cube just moves, perfectly mirroring its course. It's this impassive, silent roadblock in the absolute middle of nowhere.
And this goes on for 18 agonizing hours. Can you just imagine the tension on that bridge? Engineering's got nothing. The science department has nothing. Every single scan they run comes back empty. They are literally being held hostage by an unmovable object with no purpose they can figure out.
Now, what's so interesting here is you see these two totally different reactions. You've got the raw human response from Lieutenant Bailey, all adrenaline and frustration, basically, let's just shoot the thing. But then you have Spock's cold logic. He agrees that action is needed, but for a completely different reason. For him, just sitting there is a sign of weakness.
So Captain Kirk tries a third option, a strategic retreat. He pulls the ship back. But the second they move, the cube gives chase, and now it's emitting increasingly lethal radiation. The shields are starting to fail. The ship is in real danger. Their hand has been forced. There's only one choice left. They fire their phasers and destroy it.
Problem solved, right? Nope, not even close. By destroying what was clearly some kind of warning buoy, they've basically just rung the dinner bell. And the response is immediate and, frankly, absolutely terrifying.
A new ship appears, and this number, 1 mile, that says everything you need to know. This thing doesn't just appear on the view screen, it fills it, blotting out all the stars. The Enterprise has gone from facing a puzzle to facing an executioner.
And then comes the voice of its commander, Balok. He doesn't see explorers. He sees trespassers. A savage culture that met a simple "do not enter" sign with brute force. Yeah, from his point of view, they're the villains of this story.
He grants them 10 minutes, and not to negotiate, not to plead their case, just 10 minutes to prepare for their own destruction. The clock starts ticking down, and every system on the Enterprise just goes dead. They are a sitting duck.
This right here is the pivot. The entire explainer turns on this single moment. Mr. Spock, the master of logic, he sees the board. He sees an opponent with all the power. To him, it's a game of chess, and it is quite simply checkmate. But Kirk, he sees something else. This isn't about logic or pieces on a board anymore. This is about psychology. It's not chess, it's poker.
And in poker, you don't play the cards in your hand. You play the opponent. With no weapons, no engines, and really no hope, Kirk realizes his only move left is a bluff. A deception so audacious, so out there, it just might work.
So he invents the Corbomite maneuver. With a comm he absolutely does not feel, he gets on the comms and informs Balok that the Enterprise is lined with a substance that creates a reverse reaction to any attack. The message is simple. If you destroy us, you destroy yourself.
And this is it's brilliant. It shows you the sheer nerve of it all, because Corbomite isn't real. It's a complete lie, pulled from thin air in a moment of pure desperation. Kirk is betting the lives of his entire crew on his ability to sell this fiction to a hostile, totally unknown alien.
And just look at how he frames this. He doesn't beg, he doesn't plead. He projects this image of absolute, unshakable confidence. He turns his ultimate weakness into a dare, basically telling Balok, go ahead, call my bluff, I really don't care. And against all odds, the countdown stops.
But surviving the countdown wasn't the end of it. Balok is intrigued, for sure, but he's not entirely convinced. He decides he's going to test Kirk's story a little further, and the danger is far from over.
A smaller pilot vessel comes out and latches on with a tractor beam to tow them away. Kirk plays along, pretending to be defeated. He lets his enemy get careless, and then, at the perfect moment, he pushes his engines to the breaking point, risking his own ship to tear free from that beam.
The maneuver works, they're free. But in breaking away, they've disabled Balok's small ship. A distress call goes out. And just like that, the tables have turned completely. The beam that was about to destroy you is now helpless. So, what do? Do you run, or do you rescue?
Kirk remembers his mission. It was never about destruction. It was about contact. He has the perfect chance to escape, to save his ship and his crew. But instead, he turns around and offers help to the very being who just minutes ago had sentenced him to death.
And it's this final act, this choice to show mercy when he held all the power, that finally ends the test. This is where it all pays off, because when they beam aboard that disabled ship, they discover the truth is not at all what they expected.
That terrifying, menacing alien they saw on the screen? Yeah, that was a puppet. An elaborate puppet designed to frighten them. The real Balok is a small, curious, almost childlike being who is simply testing them the entire time.
And that's the aha moment. The entire encounter, from the cube to the countdown to the bluff, it was all a test of character. See, Balok knew that anyone can fake their records or lie about their peaceful intentions. The only way to know someone's true nature is to see how they act under extreme pressure. And, even more importantly, how they act the moment they think they've won.
In the end, the Corbomite maneuver wasn't just about saving a starship. It's a lesson in strategy, in psychology, and ultimately in character. And it kind of leaves us with this thought. When we're confronted by something strange, new, and intimidating, what's our first instinct? Is it to fear it and fight it, or to try and understand it?